Hello everyone. Today's topic is the similarity of the musical instrument to the sounds of nature. As we know, the musical instrument has a connection with the sounds in nature. So, there's a similar aspect in nature and musical instruments. The presence of vibration or rapid back and forth movements is important to sound. They occur when an energy source interacts with an object. A finger plucks a guitar string, blows air into a saxophone reed, or a weaver hits a drum head. When a string, reed, or drum head vibrates, these vibrations cause air molecules to collide with each other in repeating patterns known as sound waves. So sound waves travel through a medium, usually air, to your ear. The waves vibrate your eardrum and you hear sound. Sound waves have four important characteristics: amplitude, wavelength, speed, and frequency. You know the clear sense of calm that comes over you when you listen to water running in the wind or leaves rustling? Here's the scientific explanation for why nature sounds have such a restorative effect on our psyches. Researchers say, according to a study published in March 2017 in the journal Scientific Reports, nature sounds physically change our brain connections, reducing our bodies. The presence of sounds and green surroundings in nature has been associated with relaxation and well-being for hundreds of years. But what's unique about this study is that it was one of the first to use brain scans, heart rate monitors, and behavioral experiments to explain the physiological cause of these effects. To investigate the relationship between how the brain works, the body, and background noise, researchers recruited 17 adults to take functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI) scans while listening to a series of 5-minute soundscapes of natural and man-made environments. In this process, participants also performed tracking tasks to measure their attention and reaction times during each soundscape. They also measured their heartbeats to show changes in the autonomic nervous system, the system of organs involved in processes such as respiration, blood pressure, temperature, and metabolism. So when the researchers followed up on the fMRI results, they saw that the brain's activity in the default mode network, an area associated with mind wandering and states of wakefulness, changed depending on background noise. In conclusion, hearing and listening to artificial sounds was associated with inwardly focused attention, while nature sounds were confirmed to attract more outwardly focused attention. The splashing of raindrops hitting the ground, the chirping of birds, and the whistling of the wind in the fields are some of the sounds that are universally considered soothing and associated with great benefits to human health. Nature's sound environment is crucial for many reasons, including scientific appreciation, cultural heritage, and the physical and spiritual well-being of humans. A natural soundscape is a sublime mixture of different simultaneous sounds that form the unique harmony of a particular habitat. According to Krauss, 2015, a soundscape consists of three main components: biophonic, geophonic, and anthropophonic sounds. These components contribute to the study of connections between landscapes and the nature of natural sounds, sonotopes. The geophonic component of the soundscape includes a wide range of sounds originating from non-biological natural sources such as wind, sea waves, lightning, running water, rain, thunderstorms, floods, volcanoes, earthquakes, and avalanches. Typically, geophony creates an acoustic background upon which other sounds can be superimposed, masked, or mixed. The geophonic portion of the soundscape is significantly influenced by the geomorphic attributes of the landscape, such as steepness, vastness, and composition of the region. Moreover, geophonic qualities are determined by climatic conditions and local weather, making them unique to their location. No two places have the same geophony. Characterized by landforms such as canyons, valleys, ridges, cliffs, and bodies of water, the landscape structure inherently inspires unique sound propagation and acoustic degradation. In terrestrial conditions, the propagation of sound waves and their patterns vary significantly with the intersection of wind regimes, air pressure, humidity, and temperature. Similarly, sound processes and patterns in marine environments are significantly affected by the unique balance of depth, salinity, and temperature. Farina, 2013. Thus, the geophonic aspect of the soundscape emphasizes the relationship of sounds to landforms and climate environments, emphasizing how they influence the quality of the sound produced. The biophonic aspect of soundscape refers to the sounds emanating from non-human living organisms in a particular ecosystem. Naturally, each ecosystem and ecotope within that ecosystem has a unique and distinct biophony depending on the unique population and composition of the flora and fauna of the region. Krauss, 2015. Because the flora and fauna of a particular region are influenced by climate, there is a complex relationship between geophony and biophony that adds to the uniqueness of the soundscape. In temperate terrestrial ecosystems, most of the biophony comes from birds, mammals, insects, and frogs, whereas in the tropical region, the biophony is dominated by frogs and insects. The marine environment is divided into freshwater and marine. Seawater settings are further classified as deep or shallow, which have completely different sources of biophony. In freshwater biomes, insects and fish are the main sources of sound, while crustaceans are the main sources of sound in shallow marine environments. Finally, the biophony of deep-sea waters is dominated by cetaceans, whales, dolphins, and porpoises. Farina, 2013. In terrestrial conditions, biophony varies significantly depending on the time of year, daily routine, and latitude. For example, vocal animals such as birds and frogs are more active at certain times of day, such as dusk and dawn, highlighting the role of circadian patterns in these species. Additionally, some birds are primarily active during certain seasons, especially spring, and inactive during winter. Latitude also influences biophony. Most birds in tropical regions are constantly active, whereas in high latitudes, birds are mostly active during breeding seasons and otherwise silent. These factors fundamentally influence each other. Latitude and seasons interact to create a unique biophony. Smalley et al., 2022. For example, in subtropical regions, the influence of latitude outweighs the influence of the seasons because most animals are active everywhere. In contrast, in polar regions, the influence of season is significant since animal behavior and activity are highly dependent on the time of year. In the marine environment, biophony depends on currents, sea depth, light penetration, and transparency. Typically, climate change can cause seasonal changes that lead to fundamental and long-term changes in vocal activity in a particular biome. The anthropophonic aspect of soundscape refers to the sounds produced by machines and devices such as horns, cars, trains, and planes. Globally, the anthropophonic component of the soundscape increasingly dominates and interferes with various ecosystems and biomes. The growing prevalence of anthropophony throughout the world is fundamentally linked to capitalism, urban development, and globalization. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and follow. Additionally, you can write a comment under the video. Hope to see you in the next video.